Did you guys know the Mega Knight kind of got a secret buff inside of Clash Royale because it didn't get a buff in the last set of balance changes or in the upcoming balance changes for that matter, but it's on the bug fix section, and this is actually live in the game already. It went live with the update that came out a couple days ago where the Evolved Goblin Cage can no longer grab the Mega Knight while he's jumping. So in today's video, to honor that buff, I decided to run him today for fun too, because I haven't used him in a long time. So I figured with this buff, it would be a good time to run him in a video because he's been very weak for a long time, and maybe this buff will help him out a tiny bit because there actually has been a lot of people recently running the Goblin Cage. Of course, it's not one of the most broken Evos in the game, but there's been a lot of people running Recruits with the Evo Cage, Golem with the Evo Cage, Electro Giant, things like that, and even Graveyard, because the Evo Cage is being used a lot to counter this beatdown meta. So one small buff for the Mega Knight maybe could end up going a long way, especially because the Cage is a very, very solid counter to him. And I don't know how I feel about this overall. On one hand, you could say this is kind of bad because the Evo Cage is already getting a nerf, so this is like an additional nerf on top of what it's already getting, but also the Mega Knight has been kind of weak for a while too. Mid-ladder players don't hate me for saying that. That's just my opinion. I feel like it kind of has been weaker. So I think what we do is here, we wait and then go Mega Knight on top of the Gob Giant. He doesn't have his Vines and Cycles, so this could actually end up being really valuable. And he does go in, ooh, we get a really nice set of arrows here on top of the minions as well as the Furnace, and that is going to allow the Mega Knight to get on the Chef Tower because he pretty much used all of his Elixir. And this is kind of the way you want to play this deck. It's a counter push deck, so you counter push off of what your opponent does as much as you can. For example, like if they're going in for a push, you can get like a Prince on top of it or a Mega Knight, and then you go in afterwards. But you don't want to overspend because this isn't a beatdown deck, right? I would consider this a control deck. I don't think it's a cycle deck either, but this is certainly not a beatdown deck. This is like a control deck, so it's similar to a graveyard type of deck where you want to counter push off of what they do. So I'd say, guys, let's just pop the Queen ability here. We go in for the Prince, and kind of as you would expect from someone running Gob Giant, Chef, Vines, definitely making some, let's say questionable plays, but I guess that's to be expected. We might even be able to get a zap going. Nice. The Chef has lower DPS than the Princess Tower. If that was the Princess Tower, I actually think they wouldn't have connected, so we kind of capitalized off of him having the Chef Tower there. And now pretty much at this point, all we got to do is defend the rest of the game. It's kind of fantastic we had as amazing of a start as we did, because I'm not going to lie, with this type of deck, things could get a little bit sketchy, especially in double elixir when you're in this type of matchup. It could be really annoying, and he's got a lightning too. Oh my gosh, this is like, I'm going to be honest, this is like actually not a good matchup at all, but because he made a lot of misplays and we had a great start, we were able to really capitalize off of that. I want to kind of go for a zap here. I thought he was going to go in for, okay, we got to get a Mega Knight down for sure. And then I guess we arrow all this. I don't know if we can even defend, though. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is what I meant about this being a horrible matchup. Like, he played so bad, and then he still was able to come back and take my tower. Like, you can't make this up. Dude, I mean, the deck he's running, it basically plays himself. Like, I'm actually, like, kind of pissed. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm pissed that he was able to come back with, like, the amount of mistakes he was making earlier. We got to go Mega Knight here, I guess, and hope we can defend. It went for that, which is pretty good, I guess. Lightning ended up getting him some good value. Does that jump? No, it's gonna... Oof, that was really close. I thought it was gonna make it. It didn't, though, unfortunately. We're going to have to keep up the pressure here. We got to go Prince to tank, and then we're going to go Wall Breakers here. And hopefully we end up getting a nice little connection, or at least forcing a big response out of him. And there we go. We do get the Wall Breaker connection that we are looking for. So I'd say things are looking not great, but not bad at the same time. Because he's definitely got a way better chance of winning this game than he had just a minute ago. But at the same time, we are... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this situation. Something tells me the same exact thing is going to happen, where he just builds a big push and breaks through. But, you know, hey, we're still winning at the moment, so let's try to be a little bit optimistic, right? So he's going to... I guess we'll go Wall Breakers here. We kind of need to keep up the pressure, and then I guess we'll get a Prince going. We do force Vines out of him. High Queen is good here. I don't want to give him any lightning value on top of the King Tower or anything like that. And yeah, we're defending very well. I'm actually feeling a lot better in this situation currently. I think we just go wall breakers here in the pocket. And I guess we could go Prince. And, yeah, we're just gonna... Queen in the pocket? What is even happening? This is why it's these types of matchups why it's so difficult to run Mega Knight in this meta. But I'm trying my best for you guys. We arrow this here. And, yeah, we're going to get the win. You see, this is like, I'm just going to straight up say, I don't... Like, he should not lose that matchup. We found our next game here against Toshi. I guess we could just split wall breakers to start things off here and then see what he wants to do. He's going to have the Zappies, so he could actually be running Recruits. I wouldn't be surprised because that's the main deck the Zappies are in, but some people are running it in some strange Golem decks nowadays, so you never know for sure. And he's going to have the Golden Knight. Golden Knight Zappies, yeah, so a good chance it is still Recruits or something like that, or some sort of bridge spam deck, I suppose. If he's got the Royal Hogs, we're going to have to defend it with the Gob Gang or the Prince if he goes in for them, but I don't think he will. Yeah, he's going to go in for a Flying Machine. I guess we could... yeah, we'll go Gob Gang. I don't want to go... Yep, I knew I didn't want to go Prince because I had a feeling that he was just going to go in for the Recruits, which would have been kind of bad. So we do have Mega Knight for the Recruits, which is kind of nice, but the Recruits are going to be very valuable against the other things in this matchup. So, for example... Like, the Recruits are going to be very good against the Prince. There's not going to be a whole lot we can do as far as... He's going to Golden Knight here, probably. Yeah, there it is. But I was going to say, as far as... Maybe we get the... Oh my gosh. If we were able to get the ability off there, that would have been so valuable. But unfortunately, we were not able to. The Queen did go down. If she didn't, then all that would have died, essentially. The Golden Knight and the Zappy. So we would have gotten no damage on the tower. But... At least she got way more on the other lane, so it's not really that big of a deal, I guess. We just go wall breakers here to pressure and kind of see what he wants to do in response. Yeah, he's going to have the cage. So I guess we go Gob Gang here, and yeah, someone that actually is running the Evo cage. So we'll see if there's a opportunity where our Mega Knight ends up jumping on top of the cage or whatever. I don't know. I guess only time will tell. He's got the bar barrel, so I guess we could just go Queen here. We kind of got to wait to play the Mega Knight until he goes in for the Recruits. We got to be patient, I feel like. We got to be patient. Although, I don't know for sure, because I feel like we can't just let the Queen go on her own. We maybe have to do this. I actually think we might have to. Yeah. He's going to go in for the Recruits here. We might as well just get a nice little set of arrows on top of everything, and then go in for a Gob Gang. And he is gonna defend pretty easily, but, I mean, at least he spent a lot, and we forced him to use his Recruits, so not horrible. I'm gonna go for the wall breakers here to hopefully get him to use his cage. Yeah, there it is, and that's fine. We do get one of them to connect. Oh, actually, yeah, both of them do with that interaction, which is pretty solid. We can go in for a Bandit here, and this might be the push where we want to go all in. This might actually be where we want to pressure, like, really hard, because once again, he did the 2-1 split. But the Zappies, are they going to come back to help out? Wait, I don't, wait, he might have just messed up. Okay, nice, nice. We kind of caught him lacking a little bit. Get a Zap going here. The Prince is on top of the tower, and the Prince clutches up for us. Let's go, baby. Prince MVP there. I was thinking for sure he was going to get the Recruits down in time to block the Prince, but he didn't do it, and he didn't even play his Royal Hogs the whole game, which is kind of crazy. I'm really surprised he didn't play the Royal Hogs, but I guess he just had no opportunity to do it because we just kept pressuring a lot. And I guess he was worried that if he went in for the Royal Hogs, we would have been able to counter push off of it and screw him over. But I still think he should have at least tried when I went in for the Mega Knight sometimes. But I guess he just didn't feel safe doing it. So just going for the Gob Gang here. He's going to get a little bit of chip damage because the one Goblin at the front ended up slipping through. We're going for the wall breakers here, and he's got a Ghost. I guess we probably just going for a Prince on top. And then he's got the Dark God, most likely. He's running this bait deck that some people are running. Actually, he might be running Rascals or... Oh, he's got Gobstein. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, that caught me off guard. I did not think he had that. So, I think we just go Bandit here to make sure that gets cleaned up. I don't even think we needed it, but I did it just to be safe because I didn't know if the Prince was going to get taken out. And Gob Gang comes in. So, I guess we could just Mega Knight here because if he decides to go for Gob Barrel, we can Gob Gang again or Arrow it, but... In this type of matchup, it's good to defend the Gob Barrel with things like the Gang, so then you can save your arrows for other things on their side of the map. Now, I don't know if I want to arrow this Princess. I don't think that's maybe the smartest play. I'll go for a Gob Gang here, I guess, and then we'll kind of see what he wants to do. He's gonna snowball though. All right, let's just go Archer Queen here, and then I'm gonna have to zap this. I don't want to arrow because I'm trying to save Elixir because he's already, after playing that Queen, he's already up a lot, so I didn't want to commit a ton. That's kind of the reasoning behind that, why I was fine taking a little bit of damage. And then I guess from here we'll see what he wants to do. If he doesn't do anything, I could just Bandit on the Doctor because Prince is a bit more, so I think Bandit is the way to go. And then we still get a really nice counter push, as you can see. And I think we'll go Prince in the back, and then this might be where we want to go for our Mega Knight Prince push now that we have the Evo Mega Knight in cycle, especially because he just played the Cannon card. I think we will do that, so this seems to be the way to go here. I'm going to wait. Yeah, I don't want to arrow that. Okay, this is kind of... let's go Queen here, I guess, and then go Wall Breakers in the other lane. Let's see what he wants to do. He just popped the Queen ability, and I guess we go for a... We got to arrow this for sure. We should be okay. Yeah, that Decoy got a little bit of damage, but he got more on the other lane, so we're kind of chilling. He's probably going to be able to protect that Princess, but I might go Bandit here because we might be able to catch him nice, not reacting in time, so that's really good. That was actually exactly what I wanted, and that ended up working out for us very well. Just go Wall Breakers here to pressure, and then I guess we go Queen. The nice thing is I don't think this guy has Rocket. Watch me jinx it, and he actually does. That would be very unfortunate, but I don't think he does. I think, yeah, he just has Snowball, so we're fine. We're fine, at least with the Rocket cycle. That's not a cause of concern, I guess you could say. Do we actually manage to potentially... Ooh, I thought maybe we would... The Bandit? Aw, man, this guy, I mean, I have to say, his defense is on point. I gotta give credit where it's due. This guy's defense is on point, I must say. Going for the Mega Knight here, this could be a good push opportunity for us here. Maybe get like Wall Breakers going, and then maybe you would go Gob Gang in the other lane because we know that he has to respond to it because of the Cannoneer. We zap all this, and then look at that. We force a defensive Gob Barrel out of him. We get finally some damage in the other lane from the Goblin Gang, and we actually took the lead. So this is kind of anyone's match at this point. I don't feel very comfortable yet just because, oh, we forced a lot of Elixir out of him there, though, which is fantastic. I think we actually go for a Mega Knight here, and if he decides to go in for a Gob Barrel, we, of course, got the Gang, which we want to use, so that way we don't have to use our... Oh! I don't know how that connected. I don't know how that connected, but that was beautiful. Going for the Mega Knight here. The Queen is still up, getting a lot of value. Going for Wall Breakers here. And, oh, the Evo Snow does come in, which is actually going to get him a very good amount of value, sadly. Kind of want to arrow this. Hopefully we're hitting both princesses. Yeah, solid value. And he is going to have, I feel like, the... I'm scared of... the... Wait, we're going to lose, I think. Yeah, he's just gonna snowball. We lost. Yeah, we lost. Oh my gosh. That was a good game, though. Like, subscribe, and thanks again until next time, guys. RIP. I mean, tough, but it was close.